In the previous video, you learned what data is and what types of data records exist. In this video, we'll take a closer look at data ownership and develop an understanding for the difference between first, second, and third-party data. We'll dive right in. Publishers and marketers receive data online, and implicitly when we access content online, we agree to share a certain amount of data with the companies we interact with. And as we established earlier, that data will be used to customize our experience, whether that's the content we see or the advertising we're served. This data will also help to make our online interactions smoother. From keeping login information to expediting the checkout experience, all online interactions require some level of data exchange. But ultimately, users own their data. The companies they interact with are stewards of that data. And users can control themselves what they share with them. In a later video, we'll elaborate on how that works. There's one important distinction to make about data ownership, and that is the difference between first, second, and third-party data. Let's take a look at what this means. First-party data is the data a company receives from the person it's interacting with directly. These people could be customers, visitors to the websites, or followers on social media. For instance, when you interact with Facebook, the data Facebook receives from you, like information related to your profile, is considered first-party data because the data results from a direct interaction between you and Facebook. Second-party data basically consists of the same type of data as the first-party data. But in this case, the data has been passed on to a second party, often a trusted partner of the first party. And usually the partners both benefit from exchanging data, and the first party trusts that the second party will be a good steward of the data. And an example for this kind of relationship is a reseller relationship. Third-party data is collected by a company or entity that doesn't have a clear relationship with the first party that a person is interacting with. Third parties may track a person's behavior across sites, for instance using browser cookies, which we call third-party cookies. And this data will often be aggregated across sites to generate profiles that describe a person's interests and behavior online. That data is then often packaged and sold by these third parties to advertisers who use it to supplement their own first-party data or create profiles they can use to customize their advertising. But since people don't have an explicit agreement with these third parties that allows them to collect and store this information, third-party data tracking often raises privacy concerns. And as a result, several browsers block third-party cookies to help limit this kind of data collection. With data collection comes a responsibility to protect the privacy of users. And that's why the whole next lesson is dedicated to privacy protection, where we will go over some of the most important policies and laws. See you there.